Alright. It's been a hell of a week. And pause. There we go. So I keep the hand. I have double bridge and the duress, so I feel pretty confident with this one. Um, this land and then not fetching it fetching immediately tells me that they're probably on Rhinos. Maybe on some sort of control, but because it's Scalding Tarn, it's probably Rhinos. I want to say I do the duress first, yeah. So I, I want to take the Lorien. The subtlety does nothing to me. I don't care about outbursts because I'm going to land bridge probably before I die. Um, and really, I just need them to not be able to draw 3 cards as the game goes on. So the point there is to force them into the fetch. I can also, I have the choice of naming Misty now. I can't remember if I name Misty or Boseiju. Um, let's see. Looking at it, I think the right call is probably Boseiju. Yeah, and that's what I end up naming. Uh, there is a forced. So I go ahead and I allow the force to happen. Um, they're pitching a subtlety, if I remember correctly, for that. Yeah. And that way they can do the outburst. They got 2 cards in hand. There's the Misty, so they have 1 blind card I don't know about. I know that the blind card has to be a counter. And the likelihood of it being a counter is very slim. Yeah, so float the mana, go for the shredder. Um, let's see. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. And sure enough, the blind card is not a counter. They only run the 4. I do have to worry about Flame of Anor here, so that is a serious concern. But yeah, they didn't have it. I let them draw the Tidebinder. I'm not too worried about Tidebinder. So let's see, I can go ahead and get rid of all this stuff. Alright, just dismiss all. There we go. Yep, and opponent wraps it up. Double lock here. They do have the Tidebinder, but Tidebinder's only going to stop 1, and they're just not going to draw out of this. So, game 2. Okay. You know what? Here, let me redo that so you can see the mulligan. don't like the hand because I really need Profane Tutor to resolve here, and I'm not confident that it will. I'm really kind of looking for a bridge and discard spell. So this still, I'm not too super excited about it. Yeah, I guess I end up keeping it anyways. I guess because the Lantern and Pixis. But yeah, not excited about this one. So there. So I have to worry about that, but I really want the Thoughtseize. I think it's okay. I also have the answer to that in hand. But I do know that I'm probably in a rough spot. I'm going to need that Thoughtseize, and then I need to mill to a bridge very quickly. So I'm going to go for the Thoughtseize, and this is the hand that I saw. Um, the Island, Murktide, Brotherhood, Subtlety, and Flame. I realized that they have a ton of answers for a bridge for whenever I get it. I already have an answer for their Murktide, so I figure I'll keep them. I'll kill their Murktide with Trophy, keep them from being able to get the what's it called, uh, Rhinos very quickly, and I want to force them to use their artifact removal in order to uh, get rid of my lock, the lock that I do have. I do know that the subtlety is still going to be an issue, though. Yeah. So they use the flame to draw cards. One of those cards is Commandeer, so I know I have to worry about that. Um, However, if they want to, yeah, cast the Murktide, they don't have the 2 blue sources for the Commandeer, or 2 blue cards for Commandeer. So they decide not to do that because they realize. So now I want the Duress. I'm okay with them doing Commandeer here because that means they're getting rid of both Murktide and Subtlety, leaving their only good card here, Brotherhood, and it'll reset the board, puts us both at ground 0, but I have many better draws than they do. Yep. So they do pitch the Murktide and the Subtlety for the Commandeer. They get rid of my trophy. Um, yep. And really, what I should have done there is that, yeah, I did. Okay, that was on my turn. Yeah, during their upkeep, I go to exile the Tidebinder because I want to keep them off of threats, and I want to force them to pull the trigger on that Brotherhood's End. I know all 3 cards in their hand, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, I didn't. Yeah, missed one. So now they got a Force of Vigor through, which is unfortunate. Now what I could have done here is I could have just drawn that and then use this after I drew the Lantern. That way when they do the Force of Vigor or Brotherhood's End, I can play the Lantern and then use Gardens and Ruins to get the Pixis back. And they do have the threat now, but they're going to have to keep mana up. They have to actually pay for the Force and the Brotherhood, so. Uh, yeah, so I used the Lantern, and I want to say I targeted myself. Yeah, in order to try to shuffle. I have the Ruins, so I'm okay with getting these back eventually. I just need to try to get a bridge soon. That was Brotherhood? Yeah. I do realize that I'm now very close to dying. The Thoughtseize will be useful though. Yeah. So there's that. I can still. That's going to make it so that they couldn't outburst on my turn. So now they can outburst and probably still have. No, they won't. Yeah, they will have. Yeah, they'll be able to vigor. Um, but yeah, I got to get to a bridge very quickly here. Yeah, drawing lands is not going to get it for me. So this is now when they can start getting in there. So my time to get a bridge is very short. Fortunately, there it is. I do, however, need one turn so that I can copy it with Gardens if they do a Flame of Anor. So and they are going to do Force of Vigor here. So yeah, I don't know why they did that. So here's the 8. Because really, what they should have done, they missed lethal there, is they should have used that to deal the last 2 points of damage against me. So I need to top deck exactly bridge here. And I do. And I need them to not have Flame of Anor. And they have exactly Flame of Anor. Alright, so game 3. They do have a lot. I mean, they already have a lot of main deck stuff against us. Um, but it all matters on how much of it they draw. They happen to have a lot of really good in their opener. Alright, so this is perfect. Pretty much perfect. It does help that they had a mulligan. So I go for the Bauble Scry option here first. And because my hand is perfect, I bobble them. It is almost 100% of the time correct to bobble yourself instead. But because my hand is already perfect, it's more about making it so that their card sucks. Um, let's see. What did I see on top? Crap. Oh, subtlety. The reason why I picked a subtlety is because I didn't. If they have Commandeer, I don't want them to have another blue card. And if they have, what's it called? Force of Negation, I don't want them to have another blue card for it. I would rather them draw something that I can just make them discard than have another blue card to try to commandeer or whatever. Because if they can commandeer my Thoughtseize, then I'm in trouble. In hindsight, I realized that the chances of them having commandeer and having the additional blue cards is probably not likely. But I do the lantern first, kind of hoping um, that I would get a uh, what's it called? A force of negation out of it. Instead, I get a force of vigor. I can't remember if I. No, I do not Pixis here because I want that swamp. Yeah, so now their hand is crap. And so again, I have my third land. All I need to do is make it so that they don't draw an answer for a turn. Um, they can't do their. Did they already exile the subtlety? No. Okay. They can't do violent outburst anyways because they're only on 2 lands. So I just need to make sure they don't use Scalding Tarn to draw something they want. So now I'm gonna, yeah, I see their top card. Because my hand is still pretty much perfect, I use it on them and not me. I see the Boseiju, get rid of it. They do have one unknown, but now I've drawn one of my 7 discard spells. There's, well, now 6 left, so I'm going to be able to get that. Um, I know that chances are, well, they cannot do a Commandeer here, so I can clear the way. Yep. So I'm okay with that. So there's 1, 2, 3 Flame of an Oregon. They have 2 Commandeer. I didn't notice that last time. And 2 Force and Negation. Um, and I'm about to, yeah, get the Brotherhoods in with the Duress. And Bridge. So when I milled the Boseiju, they happen to draw the Brotherhoods in, it looks like. So really their only answer is Brotherhood's End, because now I'm going to have Mycosynth Gardens. And they just went past another one. So now I'm just blind milling them um, to get rid of, to just dig down and get everything they got. I just need Saga. I can hold up the gardens to copy the bridge in case anything happens, and Saga's going to get Lantern into play for me. Okay. So, let's see. Is that everything? I think that was the last one. So that shows, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yep. There's the Brotherhood's End again. So they really need that end in order to survive. There might be 2 more ends in there. I don't think so though. Let's catch what I'm milling there. Oh, Footfalls was their next card. So another Saga, which is great. Yeah, and apparently whatever they drew, they know that I'm going to get. They needed a Tidebinder probably to stop the Saga, so that I can, because I'm going to get the Lantern, and I'm still going to have mana up for the Gardens. And once I get the Lantern out, this one will become another Mill Rock, and I'll still have the mana up to copy Bridge, and that's the lock. Yeah. So it pretty much shows like normal. We always used to say it doesn't matter if somebody has a ton of removal, they just have to be able to draw it.